Hello Ds, and welcome back to the latest Benidorm's news update. Today we have quite a lot to talk about, and we're not only be touching Benidorm's news but also the Spanish news in terms of tourism. There is a lot to talk about, so stay tuned, grab something to drink, some snacks, and let's dive in. First of all, we will be talking as usual about the situation in tourism sector here in Benidorm and Costa Blanca region. As you all know, we are just a couple of days before May month will start, and there's a lot of people arriving to our region. Up until July, August months, we will have an increase in tourism. Then there's going to be peak, and starting from August towards September, October, there's going to be a slight decrease in the amount of people that will be actually arriving here. All the bars, restaurants, cafeterias, hotels, apartments, apart hotels, theme parks, excursions, boat trips, everything is slightly more busy than it was even a few weeks ago. And even if today it is still raining, we will talk about it in the weather forecast towards the end of this video, but it is still raining, which is why we are on our terrace at home, because it's impossible to go outside and film the news update with the weather that we have right now. Sadly, there are many new businesses and great businesses opening up here in Benidorm town, and for all of those of you who love to try out different new food places in Benidorm, there's a very nice one that has opened up just not even 2 months ago. I think they've opened up on the 1st of March, this March 2024, and is right on the Avenue of Europe, not too far away from the Hotel Belroy and Hotel Simbel and Mediterranean Avenue. This place is called Aires Burgers, and this is a very famous place here in the region. They've started, I think, in Elche, then they've spread in just few years time. They have 10 locations right now, and they've spread out to Murcia, Elche, Alicante, and now even in Benidorm they are also here, and that's their first place here. They obviously specialize in different types of burgers, and these are incredible. We did contact them to see if they would let us film inside, so we are pending on that. Hopefully it's going to be the case, because we will be able to show you maybe let's see how it goes, but maybe even one of the best burger places here in Benidorm. Ideal to go as a couple, solo travelers, or even for families with children, because we all know children love burgers of different type, and these are slightly healthier than obviously fast food places, so it's a great alternative. There's a lot of places like these. There's boba teas, there is different types of sushi, ramen places, there is international cuisine, Italian, Mexican, there is typical Spanish one, tapas places, and much more. There's so many great food and drinks places that you are able to enjoy during your holidays here in the area. So don't miss our videos, where every now and then, especially tapas places or different types of even fish and chips, why not, and other international places that we show you here on the channel, so that you would know if it's worth spending your money out there or if it's a no go. So subscribe so that you wouldn't miss any kind of new videos here on the channel. And the second news that I wanted to share with you all is not so pleasant, is not so positive, because Spanish press is making a huge echo on the intensified attacks that actually have intensified themselves through the last weeks from British newspapers towards Spain. As you all know, I give you an update every now and then if there is some specific news that we're really worried here. If not, just to let you know what the truth is, of how much of truth is actually inside of these British newspapers. Sometimes it's an absolute load of false information. Sometimes there's some truth in it, so you deserve to know the truth. It's directly from Spain, from Benidorm town. And this time, these attacks are still going against Benidorm, they're going against Mallorca, they're going against Canary Islands, basically the peak tourism destinations here in Spain. Attention, they are alerting people about a very tense welcoming in some specific areas, that Spain and these areas are cutting off the water towards British tourists, that there are scams in restaurants, and there are problems on maxified beach areas. All that being said, you know already the truth. You know that all the beach areas are free of charge. You don't have to pay for it, but there are some paid sunbeds on specific areas that you can take. In Benidorm, for example, it's €6 for a sunbed and €6 for an umbrella, which you can use the whole entire day. And if you come very early in the morning or later in the evening, there is no fee at all for that place. So you can use the beach freely. You don't have to pay for anything. Restaurants do not scam tourists. They do not scam anyone as it is, as per se. Maybe there's one or two places, but make it a general statement, it's not true at all. All the restaurants have menus with prices stated on them. If the restaurant doesn't have prices on the menu, don't go there. That's the first thing you should know, or ask for the price beforehand. Everything such as dessert, coffee, or bread, if it's included in the menu or not, you can ask for it and you can see it on the menu or on the entrance itself. If there is a charge for the terrace or the charge for a specific place, you know, you also can ask if it's the case or not, and you have to be informed before you even sit down so that you could decide whether to do that or not. No one is scamming anyone, which is actually obviously not true at all. In terms of safety as well, our region is very safe. I know there's a lot of people who are quite concerned about it. There's been a comment in, I think it was in the previous video or the previous one, that was stating that people are concerned about the safety in Benidorm because they're coming on holidays soon. I can definitely say that comparing with what Barcelona has, we are the safest place of all, to be honest with you. Obviously we have the potato scammers. Obviously we have like the mojito sellers that sell alcohol, doubtful alcohol on the beach. Don't buy it. Don't play games with the potato scammers. That's it. You will be safe. Obviously if you have way too many drinks and you're going on your own through the dark alley, that's not the best option, but this happens in every single touristic area. It's very safe. No one's gonna be attacking you as it is and taking your belongings. You know, no one's gonna be going like a persecution, you know, against you, running down the streets. No one's gonna be pointing nothing at you. You know, it is still safe. It is very safe in our region. Obviously, with the tourism industry, there are some negative points that are coming with it, which are like burglars and thieves, like pickpocketers, you know. But if you play your cards well and if you follow our tips and tricks that we're giving you here on the channel, then you minimize the risk a lot. Trust us, and you will be able to enjoy your holidays without thinking too much about what might happen, because you're following all the tips that might allow you to have some nice and safe holiday out here. So it's still safe. It's still very safe here in the region, so don't worry about it too much. All this, in general, is making the hotels and hosteleria industry, drinks and snack places and food places, quite concerned, to be honest. Right now, they are concerned because it's not just one newspaper, it's not just one article. These are like constant through several months articles that businessmen of tourism who work here are quite concerned about it. They think that eventually people might start believing it because it's not just one, it's maybe 2, 3, 4 of them. It's several articles in some specific amount of time. Some of them do point out that this is general rules. It's not just applied to tourism. For example, the water shortage. Right now, there is no shortage any longer in a lot of places here. Spain is green again, with the exception of our region, but we didn't have shortage either. So everything is back to normal. This information is not true any longer. And probably there will be no very, very strong shortage or strong limitations, even in Catalonia, where they were for this summer because it wasn't raining. Now it is, and it's raining quite well. So we are kind of recovered, at least for now. And sadly, they're afraid it's going to be affecting them. Although I personally do know that a lot of people don't read these newspapers. Those who are visiting the area of Spain, Costa Blanca, whatever it is, Canarian Islands, Balearic Islands, know the truth about the region. They know how it actually is. And they do not take into consideration the information that they read in some specific newspapers that might be considered slightly as a yellow press. But still, those who live here, those who have their businesses here, they do not know about it, and they're really, really worried they might be affected long term with all this negative information coming from the UK. I get they want people to stay inside of the country and spend their money inside of the country, but bringing such a huge amount of negative information is not entirely fair. Let us know what you think here in the comments. And the last news that I wanted to share with you all is about a very positive news that's coming from traditional city center of Benidorm and the Old Town. Benidorm is reactivating with itself with a lot of new places, new businesses, new shops in these specific areas of town that are mostly visited by tourists, obviously, and locals as well. These streets that are pedestrian only, that do not allow vehicles to pass through them, incorporate businesses that do not use industrial manufacturing, that do not buy their supplies or pre-finished products somewhere from big factories. These are businesses that either make themselves the products or use like a very, very small factory, small produce. It's not a big amount of products. They're all unique, maybe even handmade, crafted, and they open these type of businesses here in Benidorm town. On these streets, obviously, there's still a lot of old businesses that have been here for decades and still functioning and still going strong. But the good thing is that a lot of very young entrepreneurs that just finished school, maybe university, they launched these brand new small cozy businesses here in Benidorm town to help show the tradition, maybe some typical sweets or nuts or fruit, ham, cheeses, gourmet products, olives, olive oil, something made by hand, some souvenirs, maybe even accessories, shoes, footwear, or clothing, or bags, or magnets, paintings, whatever it is, like gifts. All this is being incorporated into Benidorm's traditional city center and the Old Town. And I do think it's a brilliant idea. I remember some while ago, quite a lot of you here on the channel were saying that it would be a great idea to have slightly more of these businesses because a lot of people enjoy buying something special from their holidays. No one wants a typical thing that thousands and thousands of other people might find, and it's possible to get it on the internet, it's possible to get it in every single shop and supermarket in Benidorm. That you want something unique, and this is where you will have these types of options. Some of these new places will be on the streets of Tomás Ortuño, the area of Calvari, and these are very lovely businesses that we will discover shortly here on the channel. So stay tuned and make sure you activate the notifications that you wouldn't miss these videos if you love to explore the area and go to slightly less touristic places and authentic places of Spain. Let us know if you enjoy these type of unique services or businesses that you're able to discover during your holidays. Maybe not only in Spain, but wherever you travel, if you like this type of businesses or not. And now let's talk about the weather, because at the beginning of the video, we'll let you know that it's actually raining, and it is raining right now, as I can see. It's not pouring rain. It starts to be pouring rain. It's increasing right now. There's a huge white cloud above us, above the mountains in the natural park of Benidorm. So it's been raining since yesterday morning, probably even nighttime, or the whole day of yesterday and then today, and probably will be raining tomorrow too. Yesterday we filmed a very interesting video. If you didn't check it out, because we went to the Levante beach and one part of it was flooded. The sunbeds were inside of the water, and it was flooding more and more the more time we spent there. It was very surprising and unexpected, but we had a nice walk down the Levante beach and the Mediterranean Avenue with quite a big chunky rain here in the area. So check it out, definitely. But this type of weather, more or less, it's today. It's not raining so hard, but it is constant. It's not a small, like teeny tiny rain. And the bad thing about it is that it's probably going to be raining today, then tomorrow, and maybe slightly on Wednesday, one day more than we initially thought it will be. As you know, with the weather forecast, you never know what's going to be happening, but this is the case for now. Wednesday, it might be raining. Starting from Thursday, we should just have some clouds and then the sunshine, and then the sun should go out and we should have a nice weather starting from then on. All the rain that we didn't receive in winter and beginning of April and on Easter week especially, we're receiving it right now. But it's great because we will not have any kind of alert for extreme fire possibility. And all the area, all the forests, all the lakes that we have here and the rivers will be in a way better condition than they used to be before this rain came. So definitely very happy that this is actually happening right now. Temperatures today are quite chilly. As you can see, we are with some winter sweaters. Okay, you do not need to put like a winter jacket, but some light autumn spring coat on top of this, or like some scarf, something that would be the best. And obviously open shoes, not now. I guess tourists will be wearing them, but locals, nope. We are going back towards autumn or spring shoes that are closed for now, especially because it is raining. The temperatures that we have today around 18 degrees, probably 17, 18. Not too good, I must say. But the next few days, when the rain will be over, we will get back towards 21, 24 degrees more or less, which is better than what we've had right now. But once again, this rain was definitely necessary. I get it's not the happiest moment for those who came here on holidays right now, but you can enjoy this time to go to some nice spa. For example, Ambassador Hotel, they do have Ambassador Playa, they do have Beni Caldea, which is a great spa, definitely recommended. The Sandos Monaco, incredible spa too. A lot of nice places for massages. You can go to the shopping mall, you can go to indoors market in Benidorm, grab some nice drinks and snacks all right by the beach to enjoy, even though it's raining. So there's a lot to do, even though the temperature is not as good as we were hoping for these days. Thank you for accompanying us on today's informative video from Benidorm town, Costa Blanca in Spain. We wish you an incredible day and we'll see you in a new video here on the channel tomorrow. Bye, Dees.